Entrepreneurs, imagine this. Your book not only changing lives, but opening doors that you've never even imagined, such as speaking engagements, partnerships, sold out events, media features, right? And the ability for you to give back in bigger ways. This all starts with your mindset as an author. Specifically a profitable author mindset. So you want to keep watching, because inside of this video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can think, speak, and act like a profitable author so that marketing becomes natural and your book works for you long after launch day. All right, so let's get into it. So in order for you to start thinking, acting, and operating as a profitable author, you first have to believe in the impact. So you have to believe in the impact. You have to believe in the mission of your book. You have to believe that your book can literally transform and will transform lives, right? So I understand, because we're human, negative thoughts are going to come, but guess what? They cannot stay. You have to shut them down. And a tip, something that you can do practically, because I'm big on giving practical tips and things that you actually can apply. Something you can do is literally write down some declarations, right? Write down declarations that are related to your book's mission and related to your audience, right? So maybe something like, this book will literally transform the thoughts and the actions of women in business all around the world, right? So maybe your book is for women business owners. Maybe your book is for educators. This book will be the staple for all educators to reduce burnout. Like, speak the impact that you know your book has and will make on your audience, and make sure you call out your audience. You can write that down real simple. You can take 5 seconds out of your day, write that down, put it on a sticky note, maybe put it on your mirror or put it in your office or wherever you work, something, or even put it on your phone, take a picture of it and save it in a screenshot. Because sometimes you have to see these things, you have to speak these things, and you have to believe these things. So once you truly believe in your book's impact and its mission and what it's set out to do, that's how you can start moving and operating as a profitable author, because every single action you do is going to actually show that. It's going to show that belief, because we can say we believe in something all day, but until our actions actually align with what we're saying, then it's kind of like we don't really believe it. So start getting that into you, start getting that those thoughts, start speaking those things, and start believing it. All right, so let's talk about the second thing you need to be able to do in order for you to act and think like a profitable author. All right. You have to sell with confidence. So you have your books published, whether you're in the pre-order phase, whether they're already out there, right? You've published your book, you've written your book. You have to sell with confidence, because guess what? If you're afraid to sell, then your audience is going to be afraid to buy. I'll say that again. If you're afraid to sell, they're going to be afraid to buy. So your mindset also needs to shift around this when it comes down to marketing your book and being profitable as an author, because you can't see it as like, oh, selling is being pushy. No, it's an invitation to transformation. If you know that there's information, if you know that there's frameworks, there's processes, there's experiences, there's stories that you have placed inside of the pages of your book, and it's literally going to transform your audience's life, then you're not being pushy when you're sharing about your message and about your book. You're actually inviting them to the transformation that you know that they need. So you may be wondering, okay, I'm unsure, how can I go about doing this, right? I always like to tell the authors that I coach inside of my programs, I like to tell them to infuse your story inside of your marketing. So if there's a story that's related to your book's message, then share that and let people feel like some type of connection with you, right? So for example, my very first book, it was called Reaching While Teaching. It was an educator's guide to impacting and transforming lives. Thinking back, I'm like, I've always been big on impact. It's crazy. I have a whole program called Books to Impact now, but this was before then. And inside, I share stories of like certain students. And I literally remember one student to this day, he was in 8th grade. I taught 8th grade my very first year. And he was like, man, like, you're like one of the best teachers I ever had. And it did something to me, because I was and I wasn't the best. I wasn't the best teacher. I was just fresh out the gate, right? So I was still learning certain things, but I knew like how to connect with my students in a way where, you know, I'm encouraging them to be the best that they can be, right? So inside of the book, I share different principles. I share stories like that. So when I would market the book, I would share personal stories that maybe educators can relate to, right? So maybe you want to be someone's someone's teacher that they can actually feel comfortable, they can open up with, they can actually listen to. They're not like, oh, that teacher didn't care about me, right? How can you impact the lives of the students? How can you impact your colleagues' lives as well? So I was able to share personal stories inside of my marketing. There's a lot of marketing tactics, but that's just one. In case you're kind of like, man, I'm scared, I don't want to just be like, hey, buy the book, buy the book. I would encourage you, don't do that either. And I would encourage you to just stop posting your book cover over and over. I see authors doing that all the time. That is not a marketing strategy. You're gonna drive people crazy if every single day all you do is just post your cover and just like, buy it now, buy it now, buy it now. Find different ways to be creative with your marketing. And one way that will really get people talking is storytelling, especially sharing interesting stories and sharing it in a way where it resonates with your audience. So let's get on to the next point. So I want to stress this. In order for you to really walk in your profitable author era, you have to shift your mindset to understand that, how can I put it? Income fuels impact. So the more income you generate, the more income you make, is the more impact you can make, because it's literally not just all about the money. However, when your income is greater, it creates a margin for greater impact, right? Because if you're generating more profit, guess what? That's more reach. That's more people you can reach. That's more people that you can serve. That's bigger opportunities that can come on your plate, and you can give in a way that you probably weren't able to give. So when people are like, oh, it's not about the money. If my book just helps one person, you probably said that before. You've heard someone say that. My book just reaches one person. And I feel like if you're listening to me, if you're in any of my programs, you know that I'm a believer. So I believe that, I don't believe God will call you to put in all this work, write this book, and then he only wants it to bless one person. Yeah, there might have been a few people that's just like, yeah, they definitely need it. However, there's so many people in this world. There's so many people on this planet. So when you're able to reach as many people as possible, you get that message. You get that powerful message out to those people, because maybe they needed that breakthrough. Maybe they needed that framework. They needed that process that you included in your book, and their life can completely change. So when you generate more income, you can actually, if you wanted to donate books, right, or whatever, you have people did this, you can actually reach more people. If you wanted to donate books, or whatever process you feel like you needed to do to kind of increase your reach, when you have more income, you have a little more wiggle room. You can work with it a little more, right? So I want to really encourage you with that and understand that concept. It's okay. It's okay for you to be a profitable author. It's okay for you to generate more income with your books. And that's what I love teaching y'all to do. So I want to share 2 ideas and 2 things that you can do. So you can create an offer that's directly tied to your book, like a bundle, right? So you can create a bundle while you're selling your book. You can maybe connect it to like a workshop or a course, right? And that way you can get a higher cart value. Let's say you're selling your book for $30. Let's say you're selling it for $25. If you have some type of upsell that you can bundle with that, whether it's a course or a workshop or training, whatever it is, that could be an extra $100, $500, right? So you have to be strategic. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to sell my book, like just one and that's it. Think of other ways that your audience can get that transformation and get even more help, or even get more access to you. Something else you can do as well is you can collaborate and partner with other influencers. You can get on podcasts, on radio interviews, because guess what? The more visibility you have is the greater opportunity for you to generate more profit and for you to get in front of the people that need your message. So if you are ready to start thinking and acting like a profitable author, you already know that I'm your favorite author coach and I got your back. You can definitely check out our Profitable Authorpreneur Bundle. It literally gives you everything you need to get started. And if you want to work with me personally, you can check out how to connect with me inside of the details. But I just want to encourage you to know that it's possible for you to be a profitable author, and you have to be, of course, intentional and consistent, but you got this. And if you found this video helpful and you want to be updated when I post my next video and trainings and anything I have going on, make sure you're subscribing to this channel. Make sure you like and you comment, and I'll see you in the next video.